Hello and welcome to Chabot News for November 16th, 2023. My name is Christian Gonzalez and today we will be covering the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas, something healthy you can do on Thanksgiving, and a good Samaritan who saved a woman's life. In entertainment, Alan reports on the end of the actors' strike, and finally, Greg tells us about a Harvard professor who ran from coast to coast. All that and more coming up in today's edition of Chabot News. It has been 1 month since Hamas terrorists attacked Israel, killing 1,400 people and igniting a war between Israel and Hamas. After weeks of retaliatory Israeli strikes, more than 10,000 people have died in Gaza, say officials from the health ministry, sourcing numbers from the Hamas-controlled enclave. Now, Israeli ground troops are inside Gaza and say they're tightening their grip on Gaza City. While the world watches the conflict unfold, many global leaders are looking ahead to what a post-war future could look like. Laura Aguirre has the latest developments as G7 leaders discuss that very issue this week.
It's been 1 month of war. For an estimated 240 people, including Americans, it means over 30 days of captivity and counting by Hamas militants. The Israel Defense Forces marking 1 month by pushing ground forces deeper into Gaza, saying they destroyed more Hamas tunnels Tuesday.
Paramount need is to defeat this axis.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says there will be no ceasefire until all Hamas-held hostages are released. And a broader question after 1 month is, if current hostilities end, what's next for Gaza?
What does governance look like in Gaza? Because whatever it is, it can't be what it was on October 6th. It can't be Hamas.
I think Israel will, for an indefinite period, will have the overall security responsibility.
But an Israeli presence in Gaza could further inflame regional tensions.
The president still believes that a reoccupation of Gaza by Israeli forces is not good. It's not good for Israel, not good for the Israeli people.
That concern is expected to top the agenda of G7 leaders meeting in Japan Tuesday, where Secretary of State Antony Blinken and diplomats from 6 other nations are working on a united response to the ongoing Israel-Hamas war, a U.S. official tells CNN.
A lot of these questions are being asked amongst ourselves, amongst our partners, and with our Israeli counterparts, and we'll keep having those conversations.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
On Tuesday, November 7th, the U.S. State Department said it has assisted more than 400 U.S. citizens, permanent residents, and other qualified individuals in departing Gaza. Meanwhile, the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs says another 5,000 people fled to southern Gaza on foot during a 4-hour window opened by the Israeli military. The office, known as OCHA, reports that about 1.5 million people in Gaza are internally displaced. Of them, over 700,000 are sheltering in various UN relief facilities. In one of the most overcrowded centers at the Khan Yunis Training Center, there is 1 toilet for every 600 people, according to an OCHA statement. Walmart says it is making changes at its U.S. stores to create a calmer experience for neurodiverse individuals with sensory disabilities. On Friday, November 3rd, the retail giant began having sensory-friendly hours from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. 7 days a week. During that time, stores will lower the store lights, turn off the radio, and set in-store TV walls to a static image. These measures are meant to provide a less stimulating environment. Walmart said it learned about the benefits of those efforts during a pilot test for the back-to-school shopping period. In Bay Area news, Thanksgiving is coming up, and the law office of Walkup, Melodia, Kelly, and Schonenberger, in association with Lowell High School and its Alumni Association, will be hosting its first annual turkey giveaway. The event will take place on November 18th, starting at 9 a.m. at Lowell High School, which is located at 1101 Eucalyptus Drive in San Francisco. Turkeys will be handed out on a first-come, first-served basis, with only 1 turkey per car. More details about the event and what to know, head to Walkup Melodia, Kelly, and Schonenberger's website. Event officials say that the family representative to receive the turkey must be 18 years or older and, for safety reasons, Anyone who is not in a car will not be served. In a related story, with the average person consuming over 4,000 calories on Thanksgiving Day, it's a good idea to make a nice little run a part of your holiday routine. On the average, there are more foot races are held on Thanksgiving Day than any other day of the year. These so-called turkey trots are a tradition that dates all the way back to 1896. So why not join in on the fun and start a new family activity by participating in one of the Bay Area's many annual turkey trots? But with so many to choose from, it might be hard to know where do I start. Luckily, Parents Press has compiled a convenient list of the best local turkey trots. You can visit their website for more information by following the link on your screen or by scanning the QR code. There, you'll find links to turkey trots in Pinole, Piedmont, Walnut Creek, San Jose, Novato, Napa, San Francisco, and more. Now we hand it over to Alan Sampson to find out what's happening in this week's entertainment news.
Thanks, Christian. On day 115, striking actors said they had responded to Hollywood and TV studios' last, best, and final offer, hoping to reach a deal to end the industry's nearly 4-month-long strike. On Monday, November 6th, SAG-AFTRA members were in California on the picket lines in front of Netflix offices in Hollywood. The union says there are several essential items the two sides have yet to agree on, such as restrictions on the use of artificial intelligence. Over the weekend, the union revealed the latest proposal from the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Currently, the two sides are quickly working on resolving the strike in time to save the remainder of the winter television season. Despite the anticipation for a deal, 5,000 SAG-AFTRA members signed an online petition urging a hard line in negotiations towards a final agreement. It's still unclear when a deal will be reached. With her songs having been streamed more than 36 billion times, Taylor Swift is easily the world's biggest pop star, a phenomenon on the scale of Beatlemania or Michael Jackson. We sent our reporter Jasmine Bester out on the field to ask some questions regarding Taylor Swift. Students and faculty of Chabot College were asked if they were fans of Taylor Swift, will be watching Swift's documentary film in theaters, and their thoughts about Swift dating Travis Kelce. Here's their responses.
I do love Taylor Swift, by the way, since I've listened to her music before.
It's not my cup of tea. I like more ratchet music.
Just not my genre of music.
I am not planning to see her documentary in theater, but I did hear about her documentary going on in the Google website, and a lot of people have seen it as well.
No, but I heard of it. Yeah. I want to.
The only thing I'll say is that she is that kind of phenomenon where she's so huge that people, there's a new syndrome, a psychological syndrome for people and the young people who adore her.
I've heard some things about it from my friends who are interested. I just think, I don't know, she's cool. She's dating some football guy now.
As long as they're happy with each other, that I think it's cool. Yeah.
Thanks, Jasmine. Taylor Swift has sure been a hot topic lately, and we're certain that she'll continue to succeed in her career. The former Southern California gang leader charged with killing rap icon Tupac Shakur will stand trial next summer. 60-year-old Dwayne K. Davis, also known as Keefe D., appeared for a hearing in a Clark County, Nevada courtroom. The judge scheduled the trial to start on June 3rd. According to prosecutors, Davis will not face the death penalty if convicted, but he could be sentenced to life in prison. Davis is currently being held without bail. He pleaded not guilty last Thursday, November 2nd. 2 special public defenders were appointed to represent him. Davis is accused of orchestrating the plan to murder Tupac Shakur along with Death Row Records executive Suge Knight on September 7, 1996. Davis has said publicly that he was in the front seat of the white Cadillac when it pulled along the car Shakur was riding in, and that shots came from the back seat. Tupac died 6 days later. Police say the 3 people in the car with Davis have since died. Well, that's going to do it for this week's look at entertainment news. I'm Alan Sampson, and now back to you, Christian.
Thanks, Alan. Turning now to local news, the HBCU College Caravan was here at Chabot on November 1st. An HBCU is a historically black college or university. Students from Chabot College and other local schools were able to come and talk to representatives from several HBCUs and organizations from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Organizers also gave speeches for local high schoolers, which encouraged going to Chabot or another California community college before transferring to a 4-year university. Because of a partnership between California Community College and certain HBCUs, transferring from Chabot College to an HBCU is an easy process. Some students who went to the event were even able to gain on-the-spot admissions to HBCUs. Here at Chabot College, students have the opportunity to express themselves in many ways. One of those ways is through the Ukulele Club. Earlier this week, I went to talk to some of the members. The Chabot College Ukulele Club is one of the many clubs here at Chabot. Here, students can learn new skills and show off their musical talents. Now retired Chabot College professor Frank Coe founded the club in 2017. Lisa Ikeda, an ESL instructor, now leads the club after being a member for a few years.
I had a friend that worked here, and he told me about it. And since I'd been wanting to play, I was very, very excited, and I started coming. Even though I only had a 30-minute break, I rushed out of my class and came to the club for 30 minutes.
The club has given students many opportunities to express themselves, including live performances.
For COVID, there were a lot of live performances. I participated in 2. One was for the CARP organization. It was a holiday party, so we sang a lot of Christmas songs. And the other was the Asian Night Market, which started last year.
The club is open to people of all skill levels, even those who have never played ukulele before.
I'm maybe brand new. I just tried 2 weeks ago.
Are there some new words?
Ukulele isn't the only thing club members are learning. Many students of the club are also ESL students. They use the club as a way to help them improve their English-speaking skills.
And scare them. We did that in class this week. Scare, the verb scare, as opposed to scared or scary adjectives. Yes, all class.
Students also enjoy the sense of community and support they get from one another.
We can learn the music together, especially when I'm a beginner. I'm afraid to make mistakes. But with the teacher here and the classmates and team members here, I feel more confidence, yeah.
Ikeda hopes that the club can act as a fun place where students can enjoy themselves and learn new things.
They enjoy the relaxation, the therapy, the fun, and they learn more English.
I'm Christian Gonzalez, KCTH Chabot News. The Ukulele Club meets Fridays in room 2301. The club is open to everyone regardless of skill level. The Hayward Library has partnered with Cal State East Bay, the Hayward Promise Neighborhood, the Eden Youth Center and Family Center, and the 5 Sikh Siva food truck to provide South Hayward with free hot meals. Beginning on November 9th, the 5 Sikh Siva food truck will be parked at the Eden Greenway at the corner of Harder Road and Cypress Avenue. It will provide free food to Hayward residents from 2 to 4 p.m. every Monday and Thursday until December 25th. Additionally, the 5 Sikh Siva food truck will be at the Eden Youth and Family Center located at 680 West Tennyson Road on every first and third Wednesday of the month. It will join the Hayward Library's Bookmobile to distribute free meals and books in the parking lot from 2 to 4 p.m. Now it's time to check out sports news with our reporter, Greg Driscoll.
Thanks, Christian. The Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin is honoring the medical staff who saved his life earlier this year by giving back in a big way. Hamlin went into cardiac arrest in January after making a tackle against the Cincinnati Bengals. He had announced on social media that he recently had dinner with the 10 medical staff members who saved his life, calling them his heroes. He also announced that he is launching a scholarship program called Cincinnati's Heroes Scholarship. The program will award 10 $1,000 scholarships to underserved students in the Cincinnati area. Hamlin says each scholarship will be named after one of the medical staff members. When announcing the program, Hamlin wrote that he wouldn't be here if it weren't for them. The Buffalo Bills faced off against the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, November 5th, on the very same field where Hamlin suffered the cardiac arrest. An Ivy League professor makes a record-setting journey across the country and documents the whole thing on social media. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
We've got runs, we've got hugs, we've got runs and hugs. Take a look at this. A Harvard physics professor just finished going the distance running all the way from San Francisco to New York City. Professor and marathon runner Jennifer Hoffman started the nearly 3,000-mile intrepid trek on September 16th with a plan to average 60 miles a day in an attempt to chase after and beat the world record for the fastest transcontinental run by a woman. Hoffman's trek took her along scenic highways and byways, and she documented the journey on her Facebook page called Run, Jenny, Run, presumably a nod to Forrest Gump's own Jenny-fueled cross-country gallop. On November 3rd, Hoffman finished the journey in New York City in under 48 days. If confirmed, she will have beaten the standing world record by more than a week. A run and a hug headlined a West Virginia football game when a returning Navy sailor surprised his little sister. Petty Officer Second Class Nicholas Hill spent the last year and a half stationed off the coast of Japan, but thanks to a coordinated effort by school officials, he was able to surprise his little sister Lily, turning this away game into a literal homecoming. Sometimes you just need a hug. A Florida sheriff's deputy learned this when he responded to a 911 call that turned out to be a false alarm, but a very sweet one.
You called the police? I didn't give him a hug. You called him to give him a hug.
The department said they appreciate the support and are using the viral moment to teach kids about the use of 911. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
I'm sure there were plenty of hugs awaiting Professor Hoffman when she finally reached the finish line of that epic cross-country trek. Recently, Chabot College hosted a swim meet right here on campus. Chabot competed against De Anza and Foothill College until late in the afternoon. We sent our reporter Jasmine Bester out to cover the event.
Hello, reporting live from the Chabot swim team hosting. I captured some footage from the meet. Here's a look.
We do swimming and water polo for fun. So on our swimming day, we just come here, we do warm-ups, and then we either learn or practice more swim techniques, or we practice dives or time.
Getting into the pool Monday to Friday, even on the weekends, in the morning, afternoon, it's a lot. You really gotta put the hours in.
Not the sprint freestyle, which is 50 yards, two lengths of our pool. Our pool is 25 yards. In the United States, we race short course. And if you look at our pool, you see it's 25 yards. A short way, it's 50 meters long. So, but we never race meters in college swimming. All the way through the 1650, which is the mile, that is 66 lengths. So you have a pretty wide range. All the competitive strokes, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle.
With swimming, you need your full body to be fit.
I was able to get an interview from a swimmer who plays for Foothill Community College, and here's her response.
I do sprinting events, which I do the 50, which is 2 laps, and the 100, which is 4. But then my friend, he does the 8 laps plus. So right now he just did the 20-lap race. So there's a lot of variety, and then there's obviously the different strokes. So it's just, there's a ton of variety.
For those interested in going to the next preseason swim meet, Chabot will be swimming against De Anza, Foothill, and Hartnell College on November 17th, held at De Anza College. Reporting live from Chabot TV.
Swim preseason lasts throughout the fall semester, and swim season begins in the spring. Stay tuned for more future upcoming swim meets. That's all we have for this week's sports news. I'm Greg Driscoll. Now back to you, Christian.
Thanks, Greg. Wendy's is already getting in the holiday spirit, spreading joy one crispy chicken nugget at a time. As we gear up for the most wonderful time of the year, the restaurant has announced a major freebie. Starting this week, Wendy's will be giving away free chicken nuggets every Wednesday until the end of the year. All you have to do is snag the one offer is make one in-app purchase. It's time to dust off those festive holiday sweaters and head to Wendy's every Wednesday between now and the rest of the year. That's 8 weeks of Wendy's Wednesdays heating up the holiday season. If you're still hungry for more, some other fast food restaurants have specials that should hold you over. Recently, Starbucks gave away free drinks every Thursday as part of a BOGO offer. And just last month, McDonald's announced that customers can receive a free order of fries every Friday until the end of the year when they make a purchase totaling at least $1. So you see, Wendy's is just one of several restaurants that are offering free weekly freebies for fans. Some people might say condiments are the most important part of any burger, and the Kraft Heinz Company just combined two of our favorites. The iconic brand is synonymous with ketchup and pickles on American plates and is stirring up the condiment world with its latest creation, pickle ketchup. Blending the zesty, savory flavors of pickles with Heinz classic ketchup, this new sauce aims to satisfy cravings for something tangy and familiar. The fusion taps into America's love affair with pickles, a sentiment shared by 73% of the population. Heinz' deep roots in pickle history, embodied by the miniature gherkin on its label, and Henry J. Heinz's legacy as the Pickle King have set the stage for this innovative twist that's sure to delight Heinz loyalists and pickle enthusiasts alike. Pickle ketchup represents Heinz's commitment to pushing the boundaries of flavor, continuing a decade-long trend that has seen the brand expand into enhanced condiment experiences. Pickle ketchup is set to make a splash on grocery shelves in the United States by early 2024, following its debut in select UK markets. This winter, cross-country skiing in St. Paul, Minnesota will be different than it's been for the last 50 years. One of the community's biggest advocates is leaving his post as owner of a ski shop. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield shows us how the store is changing yet staying the same.
That's a skate ski.
Yep.
When it comes to Avo's accomplishments, it's hard to know where to start. So you helped design the Nordic track.
Yes.
And then there's the Olympians he's coached and mentored.
These are Jesse Dickens sponsored skis. A pickup parent was a little late and she crashed on a crash and looked at me and said, Avo, you're going to be stuck with me for a long time. And there was something in those eyes that never seen before that showed that this young girl, teenager, is going to go a long ways.
You knew it.
I knew it.
He also knew Minnesota was the perfect place for this shop he created 50 years ago after immigrating for school. He saw this state is perfect for more cross-country skiing.
Minnesota is very much like Finland. Finland has 100,000 lakes.
So he built Finn Sisu while building community. What's been gratifying about this business?
I think in these cross-country skiers are just a tremendous group of people. I have really enjoyed the camaraderie and the attitude of these people who love outdoors and winter. They are not complaining about winter.
And after 5 decades, he says he's crossed his finish line, handing over the store to 3 longtime employees who will own the shop together, despite outside offers. I'm guessing you wanted people who care.
Yes.
We love it, and we want to see it continue and to thrive. Get more people on skis. So I mean that's why we're here. And Avo's he set a good example for that.
That was my goal. Improve skiing and level of performance in Minnesota.
In St. Paul, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO News.
Avo is far from slowing down. Last season, he skied 127 days at Battle Creek Park and plans to do the same this season. He will also spend time visiting family in Finland and helping Ramsey County build more skiing infrastructure. And for our final story, a 75-year-old Maryland woman who suffered a vicious knife attack was reunited with the retired truck driver who saved her life. Scott Broom reports on their emotional meeting.
How you doing? Oh, come on, baby, don't do that.
You saved my life.
I know,
You
that's
saved my
okay.
life.
Oh, baby, don't cry.
I was laying down on the ground. My throat was slit. There was blood coming out of my mouth. Nobody was there to help me. And this person walks in, and he says, "Oh my gosh, you're bleeding." And he put me up against his legs, so I could breathe. And then he called 911. Then people started showing up. But if it wasn't for this man, I would be dead today.
Baby, it's okay. It's okay. I'm just glad that I was there to help you. That's all. And I just want to close it.
Hero Michael Moore says he was traumatized by what happened to Elda, and this meeting helps.
That lays heavy on my conscience.
Earlier, Moore met me here in the shopping center where this happened November 1st.
He's right there in that corner.
Where he showed me how he found Elda in the entry alcove of Eddie Leonard's carryout here. 30-year-old James Minor is charged with stabbing her, grabbing her car keys, and stealing her car, leaving her to die just as Moore was walking in.
Now, I saw him, then that's when I went in the store.
Moore told me he used paper towels from the restaurant to apply pressure and stop the bleeding until paramedics came. Paul Becker is Elda's son.
Even in something as horrible as this, you just have to remind yourself how much there is to be thankful for, and I'll use the word hero, you know.
I want to meet the person, you know, and give her my gratitude, and give her my blessings.
30-year-old James Minor was arrested and charged with the attack. That was after his family contacted police on seeing his picture on broadcasts about the incident. That's all for Chabot News this week. Thanks to all the students and staff in the Mass Communications Department here at Chabot College for making this production possible. You can watch us anytime online at youtube.com/ChabotTV. Stay tuned to KCTH Channel 27 on Comcast for more Chabot TV.